It's very decisive to create some bridges between Africa and Europe, and mainly France. The idea of the French president is to promote more the African culture in my country, France. So he has made an announcement last year in Burkina Faso in 2018 to say that a year, which will be 2020, will be dedicated for African cultures. So it will be entitled Africa 2020. During 1 year, the African cultures will be promoted in France. It means all artists are coming from very different sectors, dance, music, theater, painting, literature, will be promoted. Why? Because we do think that in the current world, which is a world with a risky clash civilization, culture is very important to promote diversity and to make the African culture better known in my country, France. We do have many French Africans. It means French who are coming from Africa and who are now nationals. But we have to promote better African creation, African actors, and mainly the new generation. And for that, as French ambassador, I very much support the idea that Tanzania can play a very active role to have this capacity to transfer in a certain way your culture in France, and also to have a joint creation and joint partnerships between French artists and Tanzanian artists. The mixity of cultures means something. It is not something abstract. It is something very concrete. When you perform on stage with French artists and African artists, and I hope mainly Tanzanian artists, it means something. And this is why it is not only culture, but it is also politics. And for that, I think Tanzania has a very major role to play, because the country is a country with big culture in mainland and in Zanzibar, with different regions, many different cultures, in a very united country. So we have many to learn from you, and many to learn from Tanzania. And the richness of Tanzania, the culture of Tanzania, makes that it is important to promote your culture in my country, France, and more abroad in Europe, because Tanzania is a very important historical country with a big view of what culture is, and this is why we do need more Tanzania in France. I think this festival is really important because it is the focal point to create bridges between the capacity and the talents of Africa and the capacities and talents of Europe, Western countries, and to mix cultures, to mix musics, to mix sounds. And in that way, I do expect from Sauti za Busara to find a new generation of African talents, and maybe to propose some of them for the Africa 2020 in France. And I repeat that if I can find good new Tanzanian generations of musicians, I will make the deal to promote them to France.